Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Planet Lizzdom. This is episode 22. Can you believe that? We've already done 22 episodes. That's 22 weeks into this year already. That's amazing. And you know what else is amazing? We have a really great guest lined up for you guys tonight. Interestingly enough, his wonderful pet snake spilled water all over everything. So we lost him for a second, but I think we've got him back. But, it's so funny. No matter how much you practice for anything, the strangest things always happen, and they always happen on show day. For those of you joining us for the first time, Planet Lizzdom is really a show designed for you, the creators, the entertainers, the entrepreneurs, the promoters, and really everyone in between who is not only surviving right now, but in fact thriving. And the person that I have to show you this week is a really great example. He is one of my favorite magicians. He's an excellent performer, absolutely hilarious person, and marvelous human being all around. Everybody, I want you to give a really warm welcome to one of my favorite people and my dear friend, Poppa Jimbo. Poppa Jimbo, how are you?
Hello. Hi, Liz. I just won a staring contest with Crazy 8.
I saw you drop out of the studio while we were doing the introductions, and I thought, oh no, that water went all over the cords, and now I can't have you in this show.
Well, it wasn't that bad. It was just a little bit of a mess, but it's all sorted out. Crazy 8 had coiled around a water glass I had here and decided to take it to the floor.
He technically would be a teenager now, wouldn't he?
Actually, yeah, and I just want to show something. When I first got Crazy 8, it was about the time I met you, and I gave a little donation to an art show, and a wonderful artist named Liz did this for me.
Oh, thank you, Jim. I was actually going to show that later on in the show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Thank you so much. I'm absolutely honored that you would think to show that.
It was on the wall, and I was cleaning up the ice. I looked up on the wall in my magic room, and there it was.
That's so absolutely wonderful. I'm absolutely touched. Thank you.
Oh, no worries. I'm so glad to be here. It's so much fun. Now, this obviously has some format, but not a whole lot. And I have to tell you, I've been in the work of magic for most of my adult life, probably half of my total life, and I'm having a lot of fun. I'd like to share some of that with people tonight, but I'd also like to have people have an opportunity to, because magicians.
Oh yeah,
I know magicians, but a lot of people have never met a magician. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask magicians, by all means. And before we go on, I want to mention the Peter Rabbit stuff at the beginning. I loved it because I was so inspired by the rabbit in the hat.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I think the two things that made me become a magician in the first place were Felix the cat, because whenever he got in a fix, he could reach into his bag of tricks and solve any problem.
Of course.
And I kind of liked the idea of a life without problems. And if I could just carry a little satchel and solve my problems, that'd be great. And the other inspiration was Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Really?
When Bullwinkle would reach into the hat and pull out a monster and go, ooh, wrong hat.
The story of my life.
that's kind of the story of my act. It's been the wrong hat all the time, but it's always been fun.
I love it. Well, and I know you have a lot of wonderful things lined up for us today. Guys, please leave a comment for Poppa Jimbo because he knows a lot about a lot of things, and he's got a lot of things to show us today. I would love for you to show us something right now.
Okay. I worked a little bit of magic that involves just 3 cards, which is a little bit of fun. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Just a second. Let me fix that up. So there's 1, 2, 3 cards. So this is a little magic trick with just 1, 2, 3, 4. Just minor technical adjustment. Talk about things going wrong. 1, 2, 3. So this is a trick just involves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Never mind. Let's go on to something else. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. A little bit of fun.
What happened there? I was paying attention.
There was far too many cards, Liz, and I had a little thing worked out with 3 cards, and then things go on this sometimes, especially when you're live. I think that's one of the great joys. Your little 3-card mistakes live with you forever. Oh, sorry, I had a frog in my throat. Sorry about that. I have a development in the snake oil department. This is Poppa Jimbo snake oil, and it actually comes from a waterfall in Haiti. It's a sacred water that falls. The waterfall is so sacred, I can't even tell you its name, because then I would be profaning it. However, the real catch is the water has to be gathered by virgins. That's why it takes so long for me to get any supply. It takes a long time to find the virgins. Anyway, it's the waterfall water. It's sea snake bladder. It's a lot of herbs and spices, if you know what I mean, some plant-based ingredients. But it takes care of headaches, and it takes care of basically replaces any lotion or potion you buy or any prescription you get from the doctor. It solves headaches and everything else. Now, one of the problems I have with snake oil marketing is people have complained of the taste. So what I've done is I've taken all the goodness of a shot of Poppa Jimbo snake oil, and I've distilled it and had to put into one pill. And there's the one pill. Now this will solve the fallen arches on your feet, right up to your dandruff or hair loss. It'll take care of headaches. It'll take care of bladder aches. It'll take care of woozies and goozies and just anything you have going on, sore back, sore feet, sore hands, sore brain. But there's one problem. I still haven't got to get the size down because this is a suppository.
Oh. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's the only medicine you need a safe word for.
Oh my goodness.
Oops, just a sec. Oh, there it is. There's the snake oil.
Oh, very nice.
Poppa Jimbo snake oil. It comes in this decorative container. Whoops, I get the label for the camera. There you go. Poppa Jimbo comes in this decorative container. And, oops. Oh. There goes another one. Now, there's a special on, seeing as I seem to have two. It's usually $25 a bottle, but I'll sell you two for $75. And I'll ship them out today. That's two for $75, or, whoops, three bottles of Poppa Jimbo snake oil for a low price of $100. Now, unfortunately, these are the last three I have in stock. So if you want to get in on it, you have to get this decorative thing, and we'll send you, oh, there's another bottle. Oh, my goodness. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're littering the floor here. Oops. 4. Hopefully there's no more. Yep, there we go. Poppa Jimbo snake oil. So if you need some, just Liz will tell you to get a hold of me, and I'll happily get that out to you right away. So 3 for $100. No problems.
All right, that's a great deal.
A little bit of fun, a little bit of silly.
So Jim, you're coming to us live out of Toronto. I believe you live in the East End. How have you found performing during this time?
I haven't.
Yeah.
This is actually the first virtual thing I've done, and I was thinking about it today. This is a really interesting experience because this is the smallest stage I've been on with the largest audience.
Well, and it's funny because in the face of new, of technology and being in lockdown, a lot of performers are finding it very strange to be in front of a camera and,
yes,
not having the audience interaction, which is one of the reasons why I love for everybody to leave a comment, because it lets me know that you're watching and that you're engaged, something that you got to do with us this year. Again, for those of you joining us for the first time, Mysterion and now myself this year do an event called Something Strange, which in years past you have actually done live on stage with Mysterion and the rest of the amazing Something Strange crew. And guys, if you ever get a chance, come to Toronto to see it or try to watch it online, because that is going to be the future of things these days. I believe the last Something Strange, you did a really great card trick. Would you like to tell us about that?
Okay. At Something Strange, I like to challenge and reach, and I like to consider my magic jazz magic. Like most magicians do the same kind of routines, and they do them over and over and just for different audiences year after year. I try and do something a little different every time I step outside the door. On that evening, the challenge was how to make a card trick interesting. Because no offense to my brothers and sisters in the magic fraternity, but card tricks are largely boring. It's pick a card, find a card, lose a card, card turns over, card jumps in the deck, whatever. And after 3 or 4 of them, my eyes start to roll back in my head, and I like card tricks. So I tried to make them interesting. That particular one, if you can throw up the graphic again, can I talk over the graphic? Or
Yeah, please go right ahead.
What happened here was I was going to do a bit of card magic, and a fellow magician had a person in the audience pick a card and sign it and put it back in the deck, unbeknownst to me. So she came up to stage already with her signed card in a box that was also sealed. So I had the participant in the black with her ass not showing. Basically, she threw the cards up in the air. I grabbed a signed card out of the air. I said, "Is that your card?" She said, "Yes." "Is that your signature?" "No." So through some more fun and frolic, I ended up sticking a voodoo doll, and a woman in the audience screamed. And she came up to stage, and she hurt on her bum when I stabbed the voodoo doll. And I talked her into exhibiting her bum, and it had a signed card on her bum. And I said to the other woman, "Is that your signature?" She leaned over, took a really close look, and said, "Yes." And that's signed card to ass.
I love it. It's I was working front of house that year, and I made sure, come hell or high water, that I was by that stage to watch that trick, because I knew that you were going to do something really exciting, and I had no idea what, but I knew what to watch.
Something strange. Like as soon as you hear about tickets, buy them, because it will sell out. And what happens at that show is performers come from all over the world, the weirdest people you can imagine, and try and outdo each other.
Absolutely.
I tell my friends when they're buying tickets, I say, this is the show you can never forget, no matter how hard you try.
It is so true. And, it's never the same show twice. Every year it's different.
I like to try little variations too. And we're talking about card magic. Now, I said how boring a card trick can be. So I'd like to take it out of that realm of boring and maybe elevate a card trick tonight. Let's try a card trick, Liz.
Perfect. Did you want just myself, or would you like more people?
How about you, and maybe we'll bring somebody in later, if depending on how things work out.
Okay, perfect.
Now, if I ask you to pick a card, it's not very dramatic, because largely we accept that magicians generally know how to have you pick a card.
Yes.
I won't use any code words like Penn and Teller do, but largely we accept that if you're picking a card from a magician, it's going to be a card generally known to the magician somehow.
Okay.
So let's avoid that.
Okay.
What I want you to do is I want you to look through the deck of cards. Now, I'm going to eliminate some things to make it harder for me. If I snap my fingers, most of your audience, and ask them to think of a card, will be thinking of the Ace of Spades. So okay, we're going to take that card and throw it out. The next most popular card, for some strange reason, is the Queen of Hearts. Let's throw that one out. So that leaves us 50 cards left to pick from. It makes my odds a little bit better, but not much. I want you to just select one card and one card only when I snap my fingers. Are you ready?
All right.
Have you got one?
Yes.
What is it?
It is the 3 of clubs.
It's okay to tell me. I've seen it before. 3 of clubs is an interesting choice, because that's actually, up until recently, every trick, if you go back in history, every card trick that Penn and Teller ever did, that was their card, the 3 of clubs.
Ah.
So maybe that got in there subconsciously watching those old Penn and Teller videos. So we're going to take this deck of cards.
Yep.
And have a look. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
That's not the 3 of clubs.
No.
Okay, up here, I have a deck in the turtle shell that's been here the entire time. I'm not manipulating in any way other than to open the package. And I'm going to take the cards out. And if you think you've seen this before, you haven't.
Okay.
Let's go through. And your card was?
The 3 of clubs.
The 3 of clubs. Let's see if there's anything unusual in this deck of cards. There's one card, and one card only is backwards. And it is?
Oh my goodness.
Now, for those who think they've seen it before, they know I'll be afraid to turn this deck over, but I'm not, you see. It's not only the 3 of clubs, but it's the only blue card in a red deck.
What? Okay, let's hold that up side by side so people can see that I chose 3 of clubs and you chose 3 of clubs. That is wild. How did you do that?
Very well. Years of practice and self-denial. Let's take it one step further. Can you bring somebody in?
Yes, absolutely. Let's bring Alexa into the stream. Hi, Alexa.
Hi, Alexa. Nice to meet you. I'm Poppa Jimbo.
Pleasure to meet you.
I don't know how close you've been watching, but I just had Liz select a card, a random card out of a deck of cards. She got to think of any card. Now we've thrown a couple cards out. She selected the 3 of clubs, so that one's gone. Ace of spades is gone because that's a very common card. And was it Queen of Hearts? Queen of Hearts. Right. Jack of Hearts. I don't know. So let's Jack and Queen. Let's throw those out because those are popular too. And out of the remaining 40 whatever cards, I want you to think of a card when I snap my fingers. Okay.
Okay.
Have you got one?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
The 7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds. See, now if I go through this deck, it's a blue deck, and there should be one. Oh, you know what? I don't know how close you can see those cards, but there's not even a seven of diamonds in this deck. I see a deck behind you, Liz. It's a red deck.
Yes.
Could you get that red deck?
Yes.
And bring it to the camera?
What kind of voodoo have you done that you've come into my house and left a red deck here?
Spread them out where the camera can see.
Okay.
Is there anything different about any of the cards?
I don't know. I'm scared. Okay, I pulled out the entire deck. And do you want it the card facing or the back facing?
The card facing, and spread them out so the camera can see.
Okay.
Like run through them like this.
Oh, okay.
See anything different?
Hold on. I'm under a lot of pressure here. I'm no card magician, people.
We've got the whole hour.
Okay, good. Wait a minute.
What?
There's a blue card in this red deck.
Well, I'm missing a 7 of diamonds. Could that be it by any chance?
No, it's a King of Hearts.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is so weird.
That's one of the ones we threw away.
What? Wait. Whoa. Whoa. There's an 8 of clubs here.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what's going on here. There's some crazy stuff going. This deck is cursed to me. I can't.
You know what? Put him down. Put him down. I think I know what happened. Thank you, Alexa. I'll tell you what. This one went afoul, and I think I know why. And I'll tell everybody why, because we're doing this live, so things can happen.
Yeah.
I have a competitor in the voodoo magic business. His name is Poppa Poulet.
Okay.
And Poppa Poulet thinks I stole his mojo.
Okay.
And he's cursed me. And so I've had these little things going wrong all day, and it's a little awkward, a little strange. So let me put away my cards.
Okay.
And Poppa Poulet, I'm gonna try and make sure all the magic goes right from here on in, and we'll just shake these chicken feet and bones.
Okay.
Okay, a little. Okay, we should be okay now.
Okay.
I've cleansed the place of Poppa Poulet, and we'll try something different.
What is going on? Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Where are all these eggs coming from?
This is getting to be ridiculous.
Are you going to make me an omelet after this?
Whoa.
Whoa, what's going on here? That is wild. Wow.
Hopefully that's it for now.
Oh my goodness.
That was just a little too weird.
That was a little too weird.
That's what happens when you run afoul of another. That reminds me. Did you hear how the hippie chicken crossed the road?
No.
in her Birkin box.
Oh my goodness gracious. Poppa Jimbo.
I'm that old. I tell bad dad jokes no matter what.
I love it. Well, remind me if I'm correct. When you do your flea circus,
Yes.
you have some pretty good jokes. Alexa, I'm going to get you to stand by for a second, but thank you for being part of this trick. Bear with me for 1 second because Poppa Jimbo, you usually have something really funny to share when you were doing your Poppa Jimbo's Flea Circus. 142nd Wonder of the World.
The flea circus is fun, and I can't do very much on here because of the small screen we have, and it's a very big show, the flea circus. They're very small fleas, but it's a very big show. And we'll try and do something with fleas a little bit later.
Okay.
But basically, the flea circus came about because of the pandemic, and what happened is I found that fleas were making a living off of me, so I decided to make a living off of them.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, everybody's watching. I don't know how many viewers we got, but I know there's at least one other. I want you to just take one of your fingers and pick it. Not your nose, your finger. Pick a finger. I'm going to pick this one because it's one of my favorites. It's a lot of fun, and I give it to Karens all day long.
All right, and you want me to pick a finger?
Just pick a finger, and I want you to wiggle it around like this.
All right, I'm going to wiggle it
a little bit.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow! So is it safe to say that I can say that you gave me the finger on live television?
Yes. We talked about spoons, and I thought,
yes.
Trying to think of how to be interactive, because basically I do things on stage and I invite people up and it's all interactive and I'm surrounded so people can see magic from every direction. But in this little space here, I thought it was a little bit limited. So I thought I'd try and do some magic that you could do along with me. And if you put this up like you're praying and rest the spoon across the top. I don't know what you can see that. Okay, yep. Everybody who has a spoon can do this. And if you don't have a spoon, I can wait a minute while you get one. I'll do this a couple times. You start out here. Yeah, there's the camera. Okay, you start out here and you end up here.
Oh, I did this once with you with chopsticks.
Yep, you start out here and you end up here. So you should be able to accomplish it, Liz. No, not off camera, right there. Excellent.
You know what? When I did it with you years ago, I did it perfectly, but right now I'm under pressure.
No worries.
Yeah. I'm not going to quit my day job.
That's actually a test to be a magician. So if you can do that, then you're on your way.
Okay.
But we're going to try something else. And there's a friend of mine who has a world online record thing, Christopher Campbell, also known as Phoenix Fire. He's a wonderful performer. I know you've had him on the show. Mm-hmm. And he has many, many, many world records. And I thought, I don't think there's even a record exists for people sticking spoons on their nose. So I'm gonna show you how it goes.
Okay.
It goes like this.
All right. Oh, my spoon is too big. Shoot. All right, I'll try one more time away from the keyboard. No, you know what? I can't get the spoon to stay on my nose.
It takes a little practice, but you're doing the right thing. Breathe on it and take it away. And
I'm doing a terrible job. No, it's not going to work for me today.
Okay, now we're going to try something else. Hold it up like this.
Okay.
Okay, hold it up like this. And I love the way my hand gets huge as I try and find the camera. Yeah, there we go. Whole new medium for me, Liz. This is fun. Anyway, here we go. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Now, just imagine the spoon dragging down toward gravity. Gravity working on the spoon. Imagine the spoon and gravity. I don't know if can you see that happening on your end, or is it just here?
Yeah, I see that. I see your spoon moving and mine's moving.
And gravity kind of works.
My spoon is not doing that.
Isn't that weird?
That is so weird. How are you? Okay, I need a lot more practice because my spoon is not doing anything. Wow. It's melting in your hands. Oh my goodness gracious. That is fantastic. Whoa, wait a minute. Did that just break?
Yep.
That's amazing. Hold on. I'm gonna expand you so that everyone can see you.
Well, yeah, just to I have 2 parts now. I had 1 part before, and now there is 2. Ta-da! A little bit of silly.
That is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Guys, do you have any questions for Poppa Jimbo? I mean, he is capable of doing a lot of really crazy tricks, it seems.
Actually, I'm getting something from somebody's mind in your audience, and I don't know who it is, and I don't think we have the technology or the time to do individual readings.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some information, and if it applies to you, send Liz a message after to say, yes, it's me. But don't, let's not chutter it up, because I don't want to. I'm getting so many voices now, but I'm getting some very strong. And the person I'm connecting with right now, it's a little odd, and I don't want to single you out because it's personal, but you can let Liz know if it was you. You had a lot of trouble coming to terms with your own self and your sexuality, but eventually you got there and you're very happy now. And you're confident and happy, and that's great. And if you aren't as happy, I see happy for you, because I just see happy. I see trouble. You've dealt with it, and now there's happy. So if you aren't quite happy with everything yet, you will be. Okay. And if I get any more flashes like that, I'll just throw them out. And if it applies to you, I don't want to stop the whole thing and do an individual reading for half an hour, 40 minutes. But if it applies to you, let Liz know after that I was talking to you.
Absolutely, guys. Let me know.
Isn't that weird?
That is so weird.
This is the first time I've done this online, so it's new to me too. And the fact I got a message from somebody or got a vibe from somebody is quite interesting for me.
That is really interesting. We will have to explore that a little more in the future with you.
No worries. It was just. Oh, and there's somebody else who's worrying about money right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, but and it's been a lot of pressure, and everybody's under a lot of pressure now, so you're not alone. And it feels like you're the only one going through it, but trust me, you're not.
Okay.
And I see money coming, and I see money coming for that person who's worrying right now. So, again, a happy ending.
Well, that would be Scarlett. Thank you for watching, Scarlett. And okay, that was Scarlett.
Hi, Scarlett.
Well, Poppa Jimbo felt what you were feeling and what you had gone through. That's pretty remarkable.
I want to share some other stuff about the flea circus, and I'll come back to readings. We're just going to jump all over the map if you don't mind, because I'm not structured enough. I'm a jazz guy, and I just go where the thinking takes me in any given moment. So
sure.
But I do have some stars, and again, we have met once or twice, and you've been kind enough to do the lobby cards. And I want to introduce you to the fleas you're going to meet. Now, after the pandemic, we have a show scheduled. We don't have a date yet, but we definitely have a venue, and the venue is the Skull Store on Dundas and Parliament. It's a wonderful, any of you who have visited them at Weston Road in Eglinton, it's at least 20 times the size of that store, and it's amazing. But nobody's allowed in yet because of the pandemic. So as soon as the pandemic's over, be sure and visit Ben at the Skull Store. But also, as soon as we're allowed to have dates, we'll be announcing dates for the What the Fuck Magic Show. In the PG, the posters will say the Underground Magic Show, but the true title is the What the Fuck Magic Show. And you'll really be saying that it'll be magic, bizarre magic, it'll be mentalism, it will be burlesque, it'll be oddities, it'll be different every single time. So even if you come once, you have to come twice, and a third time, and a fourth time, and a fifth time, because if you think you've seen the show, you haven't. It'll be different every single time. Anyway, some of the people you're going to meet are the fleeing Wallendos. Now, in the flea circus, these guys do the most amazing things. They do the high wire act, and they get shot out of cannons. So it's quite something to see. And we have a escape artist, magician, bizarre guy called Phoenix Fire, and he'll be doing stunts. And here's one of my favorite performers. And Scarlett Fifi LeBlack. Who's this? Oh, Miss Flareon. He's the mind reading flea. And who's this? Oh, Zachary the Zomflea. Poor Zachary actually got killed during a stunt, but getting killed is no reason to stop performing. So I push Zachary to continue performing. And Hot Todd Flinken. Hot Todd Flinken will take a borrowed coin from anybody in the audience and bend it almost in half. And he's only a flea, so give him some credit. It's the biggest little show you're ever going to see, and I'm itching to perform it.
That's that's wonderful, Jim. And you know what? I've had almost half your fleas on my show. Guys, it is going to be such a great, great show at the Skull Store. Please, when things open up, come out because it will be amazing every week. You might see the flea circus. You might see Papa Poulet. Who knows what's going to happen?
It's going to be weird and wonderful and bizarre. Just trying to see what other toys we got here to play with. Oh, lots of fun. Okay, this is kind of neat. You go big screen again, Liz.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And this is kind of neat because it's only 2 cards to keep track of. And I thought it would be fun to tell the story of religion as told by playing cards. And I thought I'd start with chapter 23, the Spanish Inquisition. It was a very dark period in religious history. They tortured and beat people in the name of love and peace, which I never quite understood. But anyway, I usually I'd have one of you help me out by folding one of the cards, but I'm going to have to fold both of them today. So this will be the torture chamber. And I'm going to try and get this heretic to recant. If I fail to get this heretic to recant, we're going to put the heretic in the torture chamber. Now, this is kind of like an interrogation at 52 Division. So if you're a squeamish viewer, don't watch. So this is time to avert your eyes if you don't like violence. Recant, heretic, recant. No. That's the violence part. Recant. No. Okay, that's it. Torture chamber for you. I'm actually folding. So we got one folded one way. Whoops. And one folded the other way. This will be the torture chamber. And what we're going to do is put the heretic into the torture chamber. I'm trying to stay on camera. It's very hard because it's weird trying to pay attention to a little camera. Anyway, here we go. So the heretic's in the torture chamber. If you were here in person, I'd ask you to take a finger and push the heretic through the torture chamber because I don't want to take any responsibility. That's what I've done most best in my whole life is not take responsibility. So here we go. You ready? Somehow, as she goes through the torture chamber, she turns herself right inside out. Isn't that bizarre? Now I'm going to try and stop at the moment where it happens. You can actually see the transition point. Now we're going to lock that in time. There's the 2 halves, and there's nothing hidden in here to help me out. And somehow, this one card has managed to turn itself around. This is where I'm used to getting the thunderous applause, but I guess that doesn't happen on the internet.
Oh, that's amazing! Guys, give me some hand clap emojis in the comment section. Come on.
Yeah,
Show
no
them
worries.
what you
No
love.
worries. I've actually designed a very interesting little device.
Oh, very cool. Here, let's go back to you.
It's nothing. It's 100% nothing to fear. Now, when I'm doing live shows, I talk about fear a lot and overcoming fears and dealing with fears. And I'll show you there really is. I don't. It's hard to turn this upside down, but there really is nothing in there. So we have an empty box, and we have fear. Now, one thing I did with Canada's Halloween Haunt is I had people enunciate their fear, and one person said yellow buttons, which I thought was a little unusual. Commitment was an unusual fear, I guess common but rarely admitted to. But one time I did it, and 6 different people in a row said the same fear: spiders. Is anybody afraid of spiders?
I am.
Oh, okay. Well, here you go.
It's huge. No, keep it away from the camera. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Oh, I got some little ones too.
No, any spider. I don't like
No,
them.
okay. One time, and it is an empty box.
Okay.
So it's just your imagination making the spiders. One time, somebody said they were afraid of clowns. And I said, well, only my ex-wife calls me a clown.
Oh, my goodness.
There we go.
I love it.
Empty box.
Right, Brian, terrified. Oh, cool. I like snakes.
Yep, another snake. So let's bring Alexa, or was it Alexa?
Yeah, Alexa,
Yeah.
come back.
There you are. So Alexa, I don't know if you've been paying attention on doing snacks, but I have an empty box. And do you have a fear?
I do. I have a fear of needles.
Oh, well, let's see what we can do about that.
Oh, no, thank you. Nope.
Oh,
I'm like, I got my Moderna shot. That's enough needles for me for like the next decade. Yeah. Thank you.
There we go. So that's fear, and let's send it back to nothingness. There we go, nothing. Thanks. I'm sorry to scare you, but it was an interesting experiment.
You know what? Scarlett just said that she was thinking snakes, and then you pulled out a snake.
Yep, I felt that.
Wow, well done. That was really, really good. Thank you for the hand clap emojis, Brian.
Oh, so today I'm always inventing, and the problem with the pandemic is I've had way too much time on my hands, and I found these I'm old man, so lots of tablets. I found these 2 tablet containers, and I thought it's neither here nor there. I don't know if you can see that, but it says here, and this one says there. So you put there, and they're empty. They're completely empty. And you put there, and now we're going to take here, and we're going to put a coin of the realm in there. So you can hear that. You can hear that spelled differently. Oh, I'm bad with puns. I wish I'd written that. It just came out that way. Anyways, so there's here, and there's there. Here,
Okay.
there. Now what we're going to try and do is get here, obviously, to go. Whoops. Now it's quiet. We're going to try and get here to go there. There's there. And there's the quarter.
Oh, wow.
Here to there.
Amazing.
Here to there.
Oh my gosh, can you get $100 from here to my bank account?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is another thing that got me into magic. Everybody's got a crazy uncle or a grandpa who does a magic trick. And there's like this crazy grandpa, and he'd come over and he'd take a coin, and what he'd do is he'd throw it into his hand, it would disappear, and reach up and inevitably pluck it from behind my ear and show me the coin and make me feel like a jerk. But anyway, so I'm sure you've all experienced that. So as a professional entertainer, I decided to turn that on its head, and I'd rather pull ears out of coins.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
A little bit of weird.
Whoa, whoa.
I don't have a clock. How are we doing for time?
We're good. We're at
Got a few minutes?
8:39. We're at 8:39. We've got a couple of minutes. Absolutely.
Well, you know what they say. When in doubt, produce a trout.
Oh my goodness gracious. The puns are aplenty tonight, folks.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've been locked up a long time.
Well, you know, this is the perfect time for me to actually ask if we can do a contest because I love contests.
Sure.
And I want to see if everybody's been paying attention during the show. And so, as always, I offer a copy of my zine, Crab Nation, that I do with Gentois and Tina Six. And for the first person who can tell me what is the name.
Oh, before you ask, let me throw in whoever wins will also get 2 complimentary tickets to the show at the Skull Store.
Oh, wicked. Okay. Wow. I hope I win. Oh, wait, I can't win. I'm hosting the show. Okay. So the first person who can tell me what is the name of Poppa Jimbo's snake is going to get a copy of Crap Nation and 2 tickets to the Skull Store for the WTF Magic Show. Now, there's always a little bit of lag, but I just want to see, who's been paying attention and who would like to come to the show. So let us know. The first person will win.
And while you're doing that, I was trying to make a mask for a beard because you got to go out in public. And I got to tell you, when I put on one of those masks that I have to wear in public because I have to go out and I'm sporting this, it feels like I'm in a 1970s porn film and I'm female's underwear.
Oh, my goodness.
It's really not a pleasant experience.
Oh,
Hey,
my
so
goodness.
So anyway, long story short, I was trying to make this and I thought, well, that material's no good. So what I thought is maybe instead of the blue material with flowers, we just use a straight yellow. But yellow kind of washed me out. So I went from the yellow. I decided, well, maybe a green.
Okay.
And
Wow.
I thought, well, green, doesn't really cut it. Yellow doesn't cut it. What about polka dots? I thought that's pretty festive, but I'd be looking rather clownish. And like I say, only my ex-wife calls me a clown. And then I thought, well, you can't go wrong with a basic paisley. So my when you see me sporting this on the street, it's Poppa Jimbo underneath. That's my COVID mask for my beard.
Very cool.
Oh, wait a minute, there's something in it.
Oh.
What the hell? Hey,
A banana.
You know what that is?
No.
That's a banana for scale.
I'm so sorry. I'm stupid today. I don't understand.
Okay. I'll just put it away.
Oh, come on. How many bananas do you have?
I don't know, maybe a bunch.
Oh, oh my goodness. Somebody's saying this trick. This trick has gone bananas.
Enough of that nonsense. So I would like to, if people want, I know there's a bit of a lag, and Liz and I can talk, but if you'd like to ask any questions, because how often do you get a chance? Oh, another one of my pet peeves, just before we get in, while you're typing your questions, if you have questions of a magician, you'd like to know about magic, the world of magic, becoming a magician, performing, whatever, there are no stupid questions. So go ahead and ask any question you want. And if it's within the realm of my knowledge, I will answer it. And if not, I'll say, hell, I don't know.
Well, while we're waiting, I have a question.
Sure.
How did you become a magician? I love an origin story.
I will tell you the truth. Okay. Well, I don't know, but I've done so many careers because I have a basic philosophy in life that you spend too much time at your job not to love it. So every time a job becomes work, I quit. Even if I've got the private parking spot and the corporate suits so I've done the corporate route, and I've given 2 weeks notice for no apparent reason other than I was bored. I've been a bouncer I was bounced at the gasworks back in the day. I've done all kinds of weird jobs. I was a professional bodyguard to movie stars. And when I was doing the bodyguard work, it's in Forest Hill and Rosedale, and I kept driving by this magic store. And I remember as a kid, I bought a couple little tricks, a couple little things at the novelty store. And I thought, I'll pull in. So I pulled in and got a book. And when you're doing bodyguard work, it's 1% complete panic and 99% complete boredom. So I kept reading this book, and I started hanging out with magicians. And then I found out I could make in 4 hours a week what I was working in 80 hours a week. And I thought, that's a good business.
Absolutely.
And so I gave notice there, and I went off and became a magician.
That's amazing. Scarlett wants to know how often you do shows. When things open up, based on what you were doing pre-COVID, how often do you think you're going to start doing shows again?
Well, we're at the Skull Store. We've committed to doing a monthly show. I might look for another venue to do the strange, it won't be something strange, but it will be strange. The What the Fuck Magic show. Look for posters around Kensington and all over the place. I've got some wonderful artists. Liz has agreed to do a poster for me.
Absolutely.
If she didn't already, she has to now. Cut on air. And I've got some really cool Toronto artists doing posters. Like, I don't know if you've seen the graffiti in Kensington of the skeletons and everything else. Anthony Schofield's going to sketch something. Al Runt's going to do one.
That's amazing.
So look for the posters all over town, and I'll be doing it at least once a month at the Skull Store. And if it's popular and people buy a lot of tickets, we'll do it more often.
Absolutely. And I will happily promote that for you because it will be really, really exciting. Not only, is the Skull Store an amazing place on its own, but to have your magic in that environment is just beautiful. It's symbiotic and it's gorgeous, and it's going to be great.
Every time I talk to Ben, he's bought something new for the museum. It's half museum, half oddity store, and he has a full-size T-Rex there.
Oh yes.
Which you'll see. It's in the side where we're doing the show. He has treasures from Egypt. He has a sarcophagus.
He actually just posted a link to the new Tragically Hip video because the Skull Store had provided taxidermy for it, and he wasn't able to mention anything until today, which is really cool.
And his collection goes all over the map. So he's got all kinds of oddities and strange things, and he's got headhunter trophies and voodoo altars, but he even has Eva Braun's underwear.
He has Eva Braun's underwear, and he also has an animal rescue for exotic pets at his store. In fact, you did a card trick for the lovely Annabelle. I lost the video I had of her. She was, hanging out with us, and she's just the cutest ever. And she did a magic trick with you where she picked a card with her beak and held it with her talon. So cute.
And it was she did the magic because I had somebody select a card, put it back in the deck, and shuffle it. Held it up to the bird, and she picked out the selected card.
Oh, she was lovely. She is so clever. Actually, she is very, very intelligent.
Very, very cool bird.
Absolutely. You know what? I wanted to celebrate, actually. You just had this amazing poster made for you by this wonderful artist whose name I don't remember, but I wanted to show it off because it's wonderful.
His name's Everslide, and he's a magician, mentalist, and he's a superb entertainer. And during the pandemic, to feather his nest because nobody's doing shows, he started doing posters, and he just has a real knack for it. He's very, very good.
Oh, it's beautiful. It just makes me think of, Dunninger and, all of these wonderful, Houdini artists and, Von Arx and you name it. Like, it just has that same sort of feel to it, which is really exciting.
It struck me, words are important. And I was at the dollar store and I found this. Did I have it right side up, or?
What did you find?
Here. But look how tiny it is.
Oh, it is tiny.
That's called a Mr. Big. So I thought we'd have to magic it and turn it into a real size Mr. Big.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that weird? Because everybody needs munchies from time to time.
Oh my goodness, now you're making me hungry.
I'll bring one over for you, Liz, next time I see you.
You got it. Well, you know how the saying goes, go big or go home.
Yep.
In this case, you're already home.
I'm going big at home.
Yeah. Now, what would you say? I mean, again, I always have questions about your magic. Sure. What is one of your most favorite tricks that you love to do?
Well, I like the one I'm doing next.
Okay, what are you going to do next for us?
Well, I don't mean next in this moment. I mean the next one I invent or the next one I play with. Because like I say, I'm a jazz magician. So what happens is, rather than being the orchestra and having everything rehearsed and perfect and everything else, I like to work with the person in the audience and get to know them. Oh, speaking of getting to know them, somebody else is coming through to me. I don't know who it is.
Ooh.
Oh, this is weird. See, I've never done this online, so this is brand new to me, but I'm getting another one. Okay, this person is a skeptic, which is really interesting because they're sitting there thinking, he can't do a reading. I don't believe anything you can't prove. So I'm not going to prove anything. You believe it or you don't. It's up to you. But if that's you, let Liz know after because you're skeptical. I can feel it. Anyway, let's get the bigger screen. I don't know. Again, I'm working with a frame, so I'm going to back up a bit. But this is kind of interesting. Well, I picked this one for today because I know, Liz, you enjoy this. Ropes. No.
Oh.
You know some rope tricks I heard. No, here we go. This is just a piece of cotton rope. Now, a piece of cotton rope, it has two ends, and I can't get it all on screen. I'm sorry. I wish I could. But it has two ends in the middle. I'm going to try and keep as much of the rope in the screen as possible at all times. And what I'm going to do is reach down, find the middle. I'm going to bring the middle up so we can all see it. And there we go. What I'm going to do is give it a little snip. Oh, just like me. After 3 kids, she sent me out to get fixed, and I didn't even know I was broken. Here we go. Anyway, a little snip. Here we go. Oh, the ends aren't exactly the same. That's okay. So then I take rope A, put a rope B, take rope B, put it over rope A, take loop C, put it over N D, take in Q to P. Are you getting confused? I am. Do you mind if I start over? There we go. Isn't that weird? Maybe give it another snip. There we go. Rope's whole again. And what I like about this particular one, it entertains children, but it's also, if you go back and think about it, it's no less a magic mystery than life and death. It's like, it's the mystery of something broken that can become whole again, just like that. Isn't that weird? So we know that as we go through life and things happen and we have little disasters and little things that upset us, we feel broken. But we know that if we just wait it out and pay a little closer attention to life and things going on around us, that we can be healed. So that's kind of why I like this one. I don't know why you like it, Liz. I know you're fond of the cut and restored rope. There we go. Would you like to know how this is done? Okay. What I have to do now is I have to use some misdirection. That's not a lady's name. I have to look over there meaningfully and get you all look away. And while you look away, I restore the rope like that. There we go. Now the rope is completely restored. Oh, you're not impressed. I wrote that. And we're whole again. Anyways, that's cut and restored rope. A little bit of fun.
Wow, that's amazing. I love rope tricks because it's just, I don't know how you do it. And I love cutting things, and I just think that's really, really neat. I love that one.
I like the broken and restored part of it. Like it's because we're all broken at different parts in our life. And we all have things we think we can't cope with, and they fall down, and we go, what now? Well, you know that it can be fixed. It makes it easier.
That's true. Well, everybody's loving what you did. I don't know how you do it. It amazes me every single time. I pay attention, and I still don't know what happens.
A wise man once said to me, it'll all work out in the end. And I said, well, what if it doesn't work out? And he said, well, then it's not the end.
Oh, that is very, very wise. Oh, I like that. I'm going to carry
that.
I'm going to carry that with me.
What I'm looking forward to, Liz, is the after party, because right now, the plague in the 1600s, after that was over, they had 7 years of orgies and wine.
Oh, yeah.
In the 1918 pandemic, they had the roaring 20s after, lots of booze and flappers and dancing and lots of fun. After World War II, you had the baby boom and all the prosperity. So when the world, it's not just you and I, and it's not just Toronto, it's the entire planet right now is going through all the same thing together. And we're all been miserable and locked in and not allowed to live our life the way we're used to living it for a year and a year plus a year. The last show I did was Friday, March 13th last year. And then on the 14th, it locked down. So afterwards, when this is finally, we all get our little pokes in the arm, and I was going to say we get a little prick, but I mean, who wants... that's not age appropriate, maybe, to offer people a little prick.
A little sticker, I got vaccinated.
A little vaccine, and when we can all get back out and talk to each other and hug each other and have lunch together, and that's what I'm looking forward to. The end of this garbage.
Me too. I mean...
Not the show, Liz. I mean the pandemic.
Well, you know what? I'm looking
The show's wonderful.
Thank you. I was going to disparage my own show. But no, truly, I am looking forward to the end of this pandemic and looking forward to what's going to happen afterwards. I'm looking forward to your show. I'm looking forward to the fact that it will be a monthly event and that I have something to look forward to every month to go out to. Obviously, something strange is going to happen. We will make sure it happens, come hell or high water. And Poppa Jimbo, I mean, we love having you aboard for that. And, I'm just so excited for all the wonderful things that you're working on. It's the world is your oyster. It really is.
We're going to have a lot of fun. I hope everyone can join us at the Skull Store.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, the Skull Store is fantastic on its own, but with the stage that they've now built and, the shows that they're going to have there, is going to be even better. You're going to love it. Jim, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been such a treat and a joy to have you.
It's an hour already?
It is. I know. Can you believe that?
I'll have to come back in a couple of months.
Absolutely, guys. You have to. We will have you back in a couple of months. And hopefully in a couple of months, we will have the WTF Magic Show. And I will let everybody know about it. I will promote the heck out of it. It will be at the Skull Store. In the meantime, start following Poppa Jimbo on Facebook for all your updates so he can keep you posted on what's happening. And in the meantime, guys, if you have any questions, if Poppa Jimbo was reading about you, reach out to me and let me know as well. Jim, thank you so much for being on the show today.
It was a pleasure.
My pleasure. And I will see you soon. Don't go away just yet. I'm just going to put you into the wings for a second. Guys, I want to thank you very much for showing up today. It is such a joy to do this show for you guys every week. It gives me a reason to really, put my brain to work because, you know, with this pandemic and being off of work and being at home, very often, you know, you just turn into a zombie. And this, you know, making this show for you guys really saves me every week. And it is a really big deal and a big honor to bring these guests to you every week. I don't want to tell you who we have lined up for the summer, but it is pretty exciting. It's a lot of people that I've always wanted to talk to and meet. And I'm really, really hopeful that you'll be able to join us live every week because it makes it so much more exciting. But if you can't, we are archived on YouTube and we are now syndicated on The Cardi Show on Twitch on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. I highly recommend you check it out because The Devil's Hour right after is an excellent program as well. I really had a great time watching Jeff Peterson last night, and I highly recommend you start subscribing to The Cardi Show because there's some great entertainment coming out of Austin, Texas. Isn't that kind of cool? In the meantime, if you have any questions, I always recommend that you guys reach out to me on Facebook. You can find me Planet Lizzdom on Facebook or Instagram. And again, go to YouTube and subscribe to it so you don't miss out on any of the further events that are coming up. But in the meantime, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. You've been a wonderful audience. And remember to always tune in, turn on, and take part because you truly never know who's going to land right here on Planet Lizzdom. Be well, everybody. I'll see you next week.